And I guess that takes us into our co-main, our big old bashers at 170.
No, yeah, big bashers. We got Durinho, Gilbert Burns, fresh off a title loss fight. Coming in at 19-4, he's standing 5'10" with a 71-inch reach, and his opponent, the Wonderboy, the ageless Wonderboy, Stephen Thompson, 16-4-1, coming in at 38 years old. Might as well just start calling him the Wonder Man.
The Wonder Man.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck his name is Wonder Boy. Anywho, coming at 6'10", 75-inch reach, so he has a reach advantage here. He's coming off 2 wins. I mean, obviously this guy's been around for quite some time. Has some quality names on his fucking scorecard. I mean, already fought for a title. I think if he wins here, he's going to fight for another title here when he gets his turn. Burns, on the opposite hand, just was coming off a title defense or title loss where he was trying to take Kamaru Usman, but she stunned him. It was a good fight, but Kamaru showed us why he's the fucking best. Other than that, I mean, the guy's fucking stud. Fucking stud. Hasn't lost since lightweight bout versus Dan Hooker in 2018. So, what are your thoughts?
Let's see. What are my thoughts? I think this is the one that really gave me trouble this week. Like, I think I had a pretty, not easy time, but I think I had an easier time making up my mind about some of these fights this week, except for this one. Because all week, I was wanting to pick Wonderboy. I was thinking Wonderboy. Last weekend, I'm with you in person. We're talking about fucking karate stances with an ex-UFC fighter. And I'm thinking, man, Wonderboy is going to be too good for him. And then I rewatched some Gilbert, and I forgot how much I like Gilbert Burns as a 170 contender. Outside of maybe Covington, I think he's the most dangerous threat to Usman in the division. He dropped Usman in the first round. The fight before that, he dropped the former champion of the world, Tyron Woodley, in the first round. So at the end of the day, Gilbert Burns has been there, done that. He's gone, stepped up into a 5-round fight with probably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the rankings right now. He fought a former world championship in a 5-round fight, former world champion, excuse me. And I think taking a co-main event and having a 3-round fight is going to benefit him more than it would benefit Wonderboy. I think we're going to have to see a complete mixed martial arts performance from Gilbert Burns. I think they're going to have to be good boxing exchanges. He's going to have to be able to cut Wonderboy off and stop the movement. I think he's going to have to shoot and use his wrestling. And even if it's not effective offensive wrestling, to get Wonderboy to use those arms, build up some lactic acid, and take some sting off of those Wonderboy punches. I'm doing it. I'm going with Durinho. I think Gilbert Burns is going to pull this one out. It might be a split decision. It might be a gritty, dirty, good 175-pound or 170-pound fight. But I'm going with Gilbert Burns. What's your thoughts there?
Well, I think this might be the closest one to call on the entire card. Like you already picked up on. Fuck, I love Wonderboy or Wonder Woman, whatever the fuck you want to call him. We're just hoping that this is a good fight. But Wonderboy, phenomenal. Stand-up game, probably one of the best. I mean, the guy just moves like a fucking ballerina in the cage. However, he showed he's susceptible to getting taken down earlier on his career, namely Tyron Woodley, even though he went to a draw in their first fight. But he's kind of shored that up. Recently, he hasn't been taken down much at all. And, I do appreciate that. However, I'm going to go with you with Burns here. I think Burns, he looks so good at 170. I mean, just forget about the fight against Usman. There was so much emotion, so much tied up into that fight that I just don't think that was an accurate representation of what he's actually like as a fighter if you haven't seen his previous fights. before that, I mean, guy looked like a world beater. Looked like he could take on anybody. He has power in his hands. Stephen Thompson has power. Don't get me wrong, but like he doesn't have Burns' power, like in his fist. Of course, Stephen Thompson can knock you out with his legs, but I think just Burns is gonna find a way to make this an ugly, dirty fight. This is not gonna be a stand-up war like Stephen Thompson wants it to be. And even if it is, like if Burns can't take him down, he's going to make it an ugly fight. And that's just what's going to happen. And Burns is going to win the ugly fight. It's just going to be up against the cage in a clinch position. So that's kind of my thoughts. I'm going to go with you with Burns. We're rolling deep with the fucking Brazilian.
I just think, Burns outboxed Usman for a round. He held his own with Usman for about 2.5 rounds. He looked better against Usman than Masvidal did the last time. Somebody who, despite his loss, is still one of the best stand-up, just straight-up boxers in the 170-pound division. Mm-hmm. But kind of like you said, I don't think Wonderboy has the same pop on his punches that Usman does. So I don't think there's going to be any hesitation from Gilbert to get in the pocket and throw with him. And like you said, I think cage work, I think shooting for takedowns, even if he's not going to get them, is going to be important. And as long as he can continue to move the head and not become a standing target for Wonderboy to kick in the head, I think Gilbert Burns is going to find a way to win it. And I think Gilbert Burns has pretty much solidified himself as a main event fighter, a top contender in the division, and somebody you definitely are going to want to keep your eyes on looking forward.
I think the only X factor that we didn't mention here in this fight specifically is that Wonderboy has to know this is his last shot. Like, he's too highly ranked. He's going against another top 5 guy. He's top 5 himself. He has to be going in there like, look, if I win this, I know I'm getting my title shot. Or, like, at least, at some point down the line, he's getting a title shot against Usman if he wins this. So I don't know where that drive is going to play in, but it's going to have an effect on this fight. And I think Wonderboy might come out fucking steaming. But give us the odds, Zach.
Well, I'm doing it for the first time tonight, taking a dog. Gilbert's plus 145 and Wonderboy is minus 149. So again, bigger odds than the last fight, but still, in the grand scheme of things, very close. Very competitive fight, it looks like, from the odds makers' perspective.
I'm intrigued that they gave the underdog status to Burns.
Well, let's see. Let's see how this has progressed. Yeah, Burns started at minus 115 on June 18th. And by July 5th, he's up to plus 145. So all the money's going in on Wonderboy, it seems like. It sounds like everybody thinks Wonderboy's going to win this. But you heard it here first. Durinho Gilbert Burns from the boys here at the Calf Kick Experience. And I will be clipping this and posting it on my Instagram to say I told you so after we're right.
You heard?